Hello, welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about, in a retrospective of the Transformers Netflix trilogy. I'll be starting with Siege in this video, and then I'll make later videos talking about the other seasons like Earthrise and Kingdom. Now, this show is pretty controversial. It kind of divided a lot of fans in half. Most fans don't like it. There are some, like me, I used to like this show. But since then, I have changed my opinion. And now, what do I think of the show? Well, I think it's mid. Now, you might be wondering, if you haven't seen the show, oh, why is it a bad show? You know what? I'll tell you why it's a bad show. It's for many reasons. This brings me into my first point, which is this show has a awful version of Optimus Prime. Why is he so bad, you're wondering? Because none of the Autobots really respect him, and he threw the Allspark into a space bridge to keep it away from Megatron, hoping that, they could be able to find it again, and also hoping that it wouldn't kill the planet. So when I said that, none of the Autobots seem to respect him, what I meant by that is, there's just times in the show where there's Autobots who will be like, oh, really, Prime, we're gonna do that, or Prime, you started this war, Prime, it's all your fault, stuff like that, even freaking Alita 1, it questions him, person who he's supposed to have a relationship with, it doesn't even trust him. No one seems to like Prime. Honestly, it feels like the Decepticons have more respect for Megatron than the Autobots do for Prime, which is, the Decepticons usually have a lot of respect for Megatron, at least certain members do, not all of them, Starscream, but the Autobots always have deep respect for Prime. He's like the freaking father figure, They all look up to him, but not in this show. Everybody just seems to hate him. It's just honestly funny. It's not in character at all. Let's say that's not enough evidence to make you believe that this show is pretty bad. Well, I have another huge piece of evidence here to support my claim that this show is freaking mid. They absolutely ruined the character of Ultra Magnus. How? Well, it's pretty simple. They kill him off in the second episode and have him do absolutely nothing. I'm not joking. He literally talks to Prime in the first episode about peace negotiations with Megatron. Then he goes over to the Decepticon lair or whatever, talks to Megatron, and in the third episode or something, he gets shot and killed. And that's all he does. He doesn't do freaking anything. He just is someone who's tired of war and wants to make peace, which could make for an interesting character if we actually cared about him. Ultra Magnus has always been reluctant to, be the bearer of the Matrix, but it's never to the point where, he doesn't want to fight anymore, It's just kind of out of character for him, and, they kill him off way too quickly, and they try and make his death seem super sad, but if you're someone who knows nothing about the character, you're probably just oh, he's dead. It's bad writing. Instead, we should have spent more time with Ultra Magnus, and eventually he got killed off. The show should have been longer. 6 episodes isn't enough time to tell a story about Cybertron. It might be, but it's extremely rushed, and it's what we got. You need more time to fully flesh out, an ending Days of the War story on Cybertron. 6 episodes, 6 20-minute episodes, just ain't gonna cut it, This show is also plagued with the issues that were in the Prime Wars trilogy when it came to the voice acting. It was extremely slow and boring in order to try and make it sound more serious and edgy, I guess. But in the results, in execution, it doesn't really work. Instead, it just slows down any sort of pacing you could have, and it makes episodes drag on and on just by the voice acting, and it's boring. It's not as bad as in the Prime Wars trilogy, but it's still here, and regardless, it's terrible. I get that it was a dub, I'm pretty sure. I believe it was a dub. Not too sure on that, but it's still just so slow. One thing the show actually does pretty well is I think that the animation looks pretty good. It captures like the Cybertronian designs of the G1 characters pretty well, and Cybertron overall looks pretty good. So the animation's done well. I don't think the animation's bad. That's like probably the main highlight of the show is the animation. It looks well done. It looks like I just think it has a very cool and unique style, at least for the first season, at least for Siege. I'd say it doesn't work as well in the later seasons, like in Earthrise and Kingdom, but I just think it's probably the best thing about the show. Jetfire is also done pretty well. They don't like character assassinate him, and my big nitpick I have is Megatron's lips look way too big. And Starscream, they just completely butcher Starscream. But, I mean, I could go on, but I'm just going to end it here. The show's pretty mid. Don't waste your time if you haven't seen it. It's So, bye.